Hi everyone! Everything I'm going to share in this video comes from trusted mechanics here in the shop, so don't worry, it can be resolved. When a customer comes in with this message on, the first thing we always explain is that it's not the car acting up or a minor issue. The vehicle is indicating that the system controlling airbags, seatbelts, and occupant sensors has a fault. This system is called the Restraint system, or SRS, and it's designed to determine if the airbags should deploy correctly in a collision. So when this warning appears, the car is basically saying something in the safety system isn't working properly, and it deserves attention. After hearing several customers say, "The message appeared suddenly without any accident or impact," we concluded in the shop that this often isn't related to a physical collision, but rather something more subtle, like a sensor that stopped communicating correctly. For example, multiple customers mentioned that the message turned on after adjusting their Mercedes seat for comfort, which led us to check the occupant sensor under the seat. Some described it as, "It seemed like nothing happened, but the message stayed on until we diagnosed it with a scanner." While reviewing these cases, another common situation is that the electrical connections under the seats or in the restraint system harnesses can loosen or corrode over time, especially in older cars or those exposed to moisture. One frustrated customer said, "I had already tried disconnecting the battery and the warning always came back." When we visually inspected, we found one of the seatbelt connectors had dirty and poorly seated terminals. After cleaning and securing it, the warning disappeared. Similarly, we've seen that the car's main battery can sometimes have unstable voltage, which confuses the electronic modules monitoring the SRS. Several customers told us, just before it appeared, the car had been off for a while or the battery was very low. This matches our experience. Mercedes safety systems require stable and clean power to communicate between modules. Voltage spikes or drops can make the system think something is wrong, triggering the warning as a precaution. In a few cases, the module that controls the restraint system can fail on its own. In these situations, when we connect our professional diagnostic tool, the scanner shows codes indicating an internal SRS module component isn't responding or has out-of-range values. When this happens, we replace the defective module and verify system communication to ensure the warning doesn't come back. Meanwhile, some customers have heard advice like, "Just clear the fault with a battery reset." But our shop experience shows that this may temporarily turn off the alert, but it doesn't fix the root cause. On more than one occasion, after a reset, the message returned shortly after, because the system still wasn't receiving reliable data from one or more sensors or connections.